Hi everybody, I'm Ukulele Jay, and today's video is going to feature the Kobe beef of the pork world, arguably the best pork in the world. Now people think the Berkshire is the Kobe beef of the pork world, and there are those that think the Mangalitsa is the Kobe of the pork world. I think either way you're going to get the two most incredible pieces of pork sticking with either the Berkshire or the Mangalitsa, but my focus is on the Mangalitsa. It is the least known of the pork world. Most people watching this video, and people I know, ask me, what is Mangalitsa? Now Mangalitsa, as you can see here, is a pig that is raised in Hungary and was imported into the United States many years ago. It is known as the woolly sheep of pigs because it looks like a plump woolly sheep. Now Mangalitsa, as you can see here, has incredible, dark, rich, red color, incredible marbling, and a really nice fat cap on a lot of that meat that you do not ever want to trim off. The more fat in Mangalitsa, the better it's going to taste. And the fat is primarily monounsaturated fat. It is not saturated fat like beef. But the most incredible thing about Mangalitsa is its incredibly rich flavor. The fat that just melts in your mouth. You get that crispy outer side of a roast or pork chops. When you take a bite into that Mangalitsa, it is amazing. The flavor cannot be described other than buttery richness, a nutty flavor of the fat. I'll be learning a heck of a lot more after I pick up my whole Mangalitsa that I just ordered that is getting processed in the next 2 to 3 weeks. And I will have all sorts of cuts that I'll be showing on my channel for cooking Mangalitsa pork. So let's sit back, enjoy the video, and I hope you learn a little bit about why Mangalitsa is the most incredible pork in the world.
Smoking to the sommelier-ish, ukulele J.
Today I'm using the PK Grill's PK360 along with my Oklahoma Joe's halftime starter, some B&B charcoal, and some pecan chunks. I am going to be using a Boston butt today, bone in. We're going to go ahead and apply our mustard to the outside to ensure that we get a really good binding. And I just use the French's yellow plastic mustard. You're not going to taste it anyway. Now, when you use your mustard, don't be afraid to use too much. You really can't. I use the mustard liberally on all sides of the meat. I want to make sure I get a good coating, no exposed meat anywhere. And that's going to let me put my rub all over the pork. I'm going to do multiple layers because the pork will start to sweat once that salt and sugar mix hits the pork. I would transfer the pork into a tinfoil lined pan. Makes for easy cleanup so you're not having to wash the pan afterwards. And here you're going to see I do the same thing. You're going to apply a lot of mustard to the back side. Don't be afraid. You're not really going to be able to use too much. It's not going to cause any harm. But make sure you coat it really, really well. Today I'm using Cosmos Q Honey Killer Bee, fantastic rub. We're going to go ahead and rub the sides thoroughly. Within a minute or two, it's going to start sweating. We're going to rub it again to get a nice multiple layer of that rub on the pork. It's going to really come out with a fantastic bark, and when you pull that pork, it's going to be incredible. Make sure you cover it really well, and then when you're done, you're going to go ahead and take that pork, and we're going to get ready to put it on the smoker. Time to take my charcoal, which is ashed over, and we're going to stick it into the PK on the charcoal tray and get ready to get this temp up to a constant and stable 275 degrees. After keeping the lid closed for a few, I go ahead and adjust the vents, and I can get this sucker dialed into 275 degrees. Look at that, on the money. I put that pork butt in and let it sit for the first hour. After the first hour, I'm going to take a look, and that is, you got it, scintillating. We're getting that real nice caramelization of that rub on the pork. You can see when I shaded here how good it looks. No burning at all going on. I've got my pecan wood, and I'm going to spritz it with some apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, and no apple juice, just the vinegars. Every hour I'd open it up, give it a look, make sure it isn't burning, and it's cooking perfectly. That pecan wood is just fantastic with the B&B charcoal. getting that really, really good smoke flavor in the meat. After letting the internal temp get to 165, I wrapped it, took it up to 200, and then brought it inside, let it sit for 10 minutes, and look at the retraction on the meat. That blade bone's gonna come right out. It is fantastic. That fat is sitting there. You do not wanna just burn that fat off. That is the magic of Mangalitsa. You wanna make sure you caramelize the fat, but don't burn it off. And one of the important things is, after you take that blade out and shred that meat up, you're going to let that sit for about a good 10 minutes. And when you're done, that moisture is gonna still be there. The fat is gonna be looking amazing. And there you can go. This meat does not dry out. It is really, really incredible. I then cooked some air-fried zucchini and some Yukon gold potatoes. Use that pulled pork. I just love that picture. And then plated it up for a fantastic pulled pork dish. And pulled pork is the gift that keeps on giving. The following morning, crispy pan-fried Mangalitsa pork with a chipotle bourbon sauce, some Yukon gold potatoes again, and a couple fried eggs. Absolutely scintillating. I hope you enjoyed this video of the Mangalitsa Boston butt, aka pulled pork. I'll be doing many Mangalitsa videos coming in the near future. Probably one of the few, if not the only people out there right now that you're gonna find that is doing smoked Mangalitsa on a regular basis. My whole pig will be available in about 3 to 4 weeks. I'm hoping 2 to 3, but if not, we'll have to wait a little bit longer for the Mangalitsa meat, as I am now out of Mangalitsa. So keep on watching, please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and stay tuned for more fantastic videos with Ukulele J. Thanks for watching.
Smoking to the sommelier, ukulele, ukulele J.